OBJ wants to come back to the Los Angeles Rams. Shout out to the Pivot Podcast who were able to have OBJ on this week and were able to narrow down the fact that OBJ still wants to play, and he admitted himself that he wants to come back to LA. The question is, should the LA Rams try to pursue OBJ? I'll not only be showing you guys the clip of OBJ talking about coming back to the Rams, but I'll also be giving my thoughts on if I think he should come back to the Rams. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Rams should pursue Odell? Let me know in the comments below.
That means you still want to play.
Yeah.
Where would you like to play if given the opportunity? Because there's the team, just throw it out there. There's a team in Pittsburgh.
Exactly. I already know. That's one of them.
Okay.
But there are two.
Okay.
I got to go back with McVay. Take me home. Call the family, tell them there's a number 7 jersey that we need to unretire for a year, a couple games. I need that back.
Okay, so obviously a lot of love shown there from OBJ to the Rams, and we've seen this in the past. It's no surprise. He's talked so highly about the Rams and everything that they did for him, and now he's wanting to come back to the Rams and trying to make himself be back in a position to try to win a Super Bowl with the Rams again. The question now really becomes, should the LA Rams pursue OBJ, and will they do that at the end of the day? For me, this is a tough one because it's hard to separate the emotional heartstrings to the fact that he was a really big piece in winning that Super Bowl, was on pace for Super Bowl MVP, and everything got kind of cut short prematurely. All of us Rams fans were just expecting he'd be signed back. Obviously that doesn't happen. So my heart is telling me, yes, go out and get OBJ. We need to relive these memories, bring him back, create those vibes of that 2021 season, and even do right by Odell after everything he did for us. I don't want the way Odell Beckham Jr.'s career ended with the Rams to be the way his career ends, and it'd be cool to see another resurgence here with the Rams. But speaking from a realistic point of view, I don't really know if the Rams necessarily need OBJ. We obviously have Devontae Adams, we got Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell got paid $10 million this year, fully guaranteed, is finally starting to get utilized a little bit more in the offense. We've got Jordan Whittington, who's a very underrated piece to this offense. We're still trying to figure out how to use our tight ends right now. And a big reason why the Rams liked OBJ was because he provided that X-receiver skill set that we now have in Devontae Adams, to where I wouldn't say that they'd be redundant, but as in the past, the Rams needed that X-receiver skill set a little bit more, and now with Adams, it's not as needed. I really do think this Rams offense would be okay if they didn't go out and get OBJ, but my heart is really screaming for the fact that I want OBJ back just because the emotional part of it. How much is OBJ the same OBJ that he was back in that 2021 season is definitely a valid question, just given the drop in production and the fact he hasn't been on a team in about a year now. I really do think that he could be used in this Rams offense and he could be sprinkled in, and he would definitely have a lesser role than he did in that 2021 season. McVay would definitely get the most out of him that he could, but to me, I look at OBJ as more of a luxury now than it is a need as it was a couple years ago for the Rams. So will the Rams ultimately go out and get OBJ here in free agency, or are they just going to leave it alone? In my opinion, I think that the Rams are going to leave it alone. Last year, you even looked to the fact that OBJ was released by the Dolphins. There was an opportunity to pick him up late in the season in December and January like they did in 2021, and there were definitely enough spots for them to be able to pick him up, and McVay said that he was not even looking into it. He was happy with everything Odell did, but he didn't even really look very interested in doing it then. I think now the Rams wide receiver core is better, and you do have that X receiver to where, again, this would be more of a luxury, and I just don't expect the Rams to be able to do it, just given the fact that our wide receiver core is pretty strong. Would I like to see it happen? Yes, I really would, and I think he would be a really good depth guy, a good culture guy for us, but I just don't think that this is something that the Rams are going to pursue. What do you guys think? If you want to hear why Terrence Ferguson is not getting on the field, you can watch the video here.